Episode 707.
Little brother, not bad. What team are you with?
Wei Chen had been retired for years, but he still played glory, and his eye for talent remained razor sharp. Xiao Yifan's movements were precise and methodical. Wei Chen could tell at a glance that this was a player trained in the professional system. No matter how fierce an ordinary player's moves were, they still carried that wild, untrained air. Even old-timers like us couldn't escape that style. After all, they'd spent years in online games before they even started figuring out how to break into the pro scene. Only the later newcomers, drawing on the hard-won experience of the older generation, managed to avoid many detours, finally shaking off all those messy habits they'd picked up from online gaming. Xiao Yifan's playstyle bore that very mark, which is why Wei Chen quickly pegged him as a pro, and a rookie at that, hence the young brother label. Xiao Yifan was an honest kid, and from the conversation alone he could tell this man knew Ye Shu. For the moment he couldn't quite figure out their relationship. Hearing the question, he answered honestly.
Tiny Herb.
Oh, Tiny Herb. Tiny Herb's something else. You know, I've got some history with your captain at Tiny Herb. I've seen your skills, they're impressive. I'll put in a word for you, get you a starting spot. Anyway, it's the tail end of the season now. Your Tiny Herb's pretty much set for the playoffs. Time to start training some new blood. I think I've got enough pull for that much.
Wei Chen put on the airs of a reclusive master.
You're not bad, you just need a chance.
Opportunity, a starting spot. For a rookie, those are the most tempting words of all. If this had been the Xiao Yifan from before All-Star Weekend, a promise of opportunity and a starting spot would have had him buzzing with excitement long ago. But after botching the rookie challenge at the All-Star Weekend, thinking everything was over, only to run into Ye Shu again, Xiao Yifan had finally woken up completely. As for opportunities, wasn't the rookie challenge itself one? Yet he failed to seize it. Could it be that missing an opportunity is just bad luck? But what about failing to seize it? Can that really be blamed on luck too? Up to now, Xiao Yifan understood that he wasn't. He couldn't seize the opportunity simply because his strength wasn't enough, nothing more. So during this time, Xiao Yifan continued to train hard. He was no longer restless. Until he had built up enough strength, he wouldn't rashly try for any opportunity. The very words that once could move him now only earned a dismissive smile from Xiao Yifan. He could even answer Wei Chen quite frankly.
I'm sorry. I'm not ready to seize the opportunity yet.
No.
Wei Chen's tone carried far more conviction than Xiao Yifan's.
The you of the past wasn't ready, but the you of now is completely different. You're fully prepared.
Wei Chen, in the middle of his grand speech, even forgot to play. His warlock just stood there like an idiot while 1-inch Ash landed 2 clean hits. Such sincerity that even the good-natured Xiao Yifan felt a little embarrassed. Then he heard Wei Chen shout again.
Your era has arrived. Suit up and step onto the field, Zhou Yebo.
Xiao Yifan was stunned.
I'm not Zhou Yebo.
What are you talking about? If you're not Zhou Yebo, then who are you?
Yi Chu's laughter drifted over from the other side.
Nice one. You actually let yourself get hit twice just to look up a name and make your point more convincing. And look how that turned out for you. You've got the wrong guy, pal.
No way, then who are you?
My name is Xiao Yifan.
Xiao Yifan.
Wei Chen muttered, then quickly glanced back at the Tiny Herb member list he'd just pulled up.
Isn't Xiao Yifan an assassin?
Come on, man. After all that, you're still trying to pull one over on me? Yifan, don't listen to him. He doesn't have any kind of friendship with your captain. He doesn't even know which direction Tiny Herb's main gate faces now.
Ha, who says I don't know? I just had dinner with your captain a few days ago.
The gates of Tiny Herb have never exactly been wide open to the public.
Xiao Yifan said, his voice barely a whisper.
Damn it, I knew you were even more underhanded than me. I'll fight you to the death.
Wei Chen bellowed, then charged his warlock straight at Lord Grimm without a second thought, a spell already gathering in his hand. Xiao Yifan, thoroughly disoriented by this string of nonsense, scrambled forward to intervene, only to hear Ye Shu shout.
Watch out!
The warlock's hand twitched, and a binding curse flew backward behind him. All of this happened in under a minute. A guy who had just been telling him, all serious, that his era had arrived, even though he got the name wrong, Xiao Yifan still found his words pretty moving. But in the blink of an eye, it turned into a sneak attack of the most insidious kind. Yi Shu shouted a warning, but for Xiao Yifan, it was already too late. The distance between them was a mere breath. Wei Chen's warlock had been chanting his spell, and Xiao Yifan hadn't seen a thing. By the time he did, the same moment Ye Shu shouted a warning, the warlock's hand had already twitched. That crooked black light arced through the air as if tracing a curve, and in an instant, it had coiled around Xiao Yifan's 1-inch ash.
The young ones.
Yi Chu and Wei Chen actually said the exact same thing at the same time.
Despicable. Absolutely despicable.
Chen Guo was already hopping mad, but Xiao Yifan, the one who'd actually been hit by the ambush, just felt awkward listening to those two sighing over it. Cautious and prone to self-doubt, when something went wrong, his first instinct wasn't to blame his opponent, it was to look for the fault in himself. So he ruefully concluded that he had been far too careless. He had to admit, those two were right to sigh, he was just too young, too inexperienced. Struggling now was pointless. The binding spell didn't hurt, it just locked you in place. It wouldn't last long, only 5 seconds, but 5 seconds was more than enough time for the other party to accomplish a great deal.